Good morning, Gophers and Wolves. Thank you so much for all of the kind things that you all said and did for Teacher Appreciation Day. I hope you had a really fun Spirit Week. I want to start by pointing out our star readers. I have some people who are remembering to read a lot, and some of you are not reading very much. So I want to remember, if you want to be a star reader, you need to be going on Kids A to Z and reading your books. This week we have Cassius, Hennessy, and we have Isaac and Sophia again because they have been reading so much. Good job. All right, Jacob and Esau meet again. While Jacob lived with his uncle Laban, he became a shepherd. He fell in love and got married. God blessed Jacob with many sons. Jacob also had many sheep, donkeys, and camels. One day, God told Jacob to go back to his homeland. Jacob wanted to go back, but he was afraid of his brother, Esau. He thought Esau would still be angry with him. But Jacob obeyed God. He and his family packed up everything they owned. Jacob sent servants ahead to offer gifts to Esau. Much to Jacob's surprise, Esau ran to meet him, and he gave Jacob a big hug. They were so happy to see each other again. It's always good to forgive people, and it sounds like Esau made the right choice and forgave his brother Jacob. Let's look at your math lesson for today. Today, we are going to be working more on area. Remember, area is how many squares it takes to fill something. So we're going to start by looking at Hannah and Ethan's canoe. They have several things inside of their canoe, and we can see from our key that it says that each one of these squares equals 1 square foot. So let's start with problem number 1. Hannah and Ethan are going on a canoe trip with their parents. How much area in the bottom of the canoe is covered by the tent? So you need to count how many squares are inside this green rectangle labeled tent. Count each one of those squares and write the number here. For number 2, you're going to count and see how many squares it takes to cover for the sleeping bag. So come look here. It says by the sleeping bag, there are how many squares for the sleeping bag. You write the number here. Number 3, you're going to figure out how many squares it takes for the backpack. The backpack is right here. Number 4, how many squares does it take for the ice chest, which is right here? Number 5, they want to know how many squares it is for the whole canoe. Is it more or less than 50 squares? So you'll have to count all of the squares inside of the canoe. And then is the area of the canoe greater than or less than 50 squares? You can circle greater than or less than. When you're done with that, we're going to flip it over. All right, so we're going to do a few different things with this sail. So find the area of the sail. What you're going to start by doing is counting all of the whole squares. So color the whole squares of the sail one color. So that means all of the squares that are not cut apart. So the squares right here that are cut, you're going to not color the same color as these ones. They're going to be different. The ones, color the half squares another color. So these ones that are cut in half will be one color, and then all the rest of the squares inside the sail will be a different color. Count 2 half squares as one whole and tally your count. So I'm going to show you an example of what that will look like. Okay, so I'm going to make a small example of a sail that's going to look similar. Okay. So right here is my sale. So I'm going to color in these half squares. I want this one bigger. Okay. So all of these half squares, you're going to count them 2 for 1. So you go 1, 2, 3. And then you count all of the whole squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I have 15. Then I count these half ones. I have 1, 2, 3, 15 plus 3, 15, 16, 17, 18. Now I need to remember to use tallies. So we need to do our tallies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 across. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Now you're going to do the same thing using the cell they've shown you. Each one of the whole ones is 1, and then 2 of the half ones equals 1. Put the tally marks here. Down at the bottom, you need to pay attention to your plus and minus signs. Remember, if there are 2 digits, meaning a ones column and tens column, to draw a line down the middle. If you're plussing, the number should get bigger. If you are subtracting, the number will get smaller. All right, let me show you what you're going to do today for phonics. Today in phonics, you're going to be using some double O sounds, short double O sounds like cook, look, book, brook. Good, hood, would, stood. You need to match these words to the picture below. So we have notebook, driftwood, and foot. They're using a silent letter here. We've been working with a few silent letters lately, like W and K. Those normally are at the beginning of a word. This silent letter comes at the end of a word. It's a silent B, like num, thumb, and crumb. Which of those words matches this picture? Circle a kind of book. A bookshelf, a bookcase, or a cookbook. You're going to follow the instructions in these bottles. Put an X on the number. Wash, ate, children, or answer. Draw a line under the month. Christian, again, April, and autumn. Circle something you can taste. Love, orange, year, or door. Draw a line under the day. Agree, August, Wednesday, or work. All right, please remember you should be doing some extra math or using IXL. I hope you have a wonderful day.